up? Welcome to the Vegas Benchwarmer Pod channel. This is the Benchwarmer Podcast. My name is Eric. You hate me 702. I don't know where everybody else is. I think Jeremy's still sleeping, and Sam might be doing something. So you guys get just me today, unless Jeremy shows up shortly. But I hope everybody had a good week, good weekend. We're getting ready for some football, some NFL football, and I got to do something with that damn intro. Can't use that intro. That's a good intro. Tried it, didn't like it, so we'll just see what happens. Last intro, I got to replace the song through YouTube because it keeps getting copyright claims, so we'll go from there. But let's talk. Let's see. What do we want to get into first? Of course, we have a new video that we just released on Friday. In case you guys want to check it out, let me go and show you it. Well, this ain't what I wanted to do. Make sure you guys go like and subscribe, all that good shit. All right, so our channel, we are live, but that is our new video as of yesterday. That is our NFL 2026 wild card playoff predictions. We were going to do the whole entire show. We were going to do all of them, all the predictions for the whole entire playoffs, but we went pretty in depth into our predictions, so we cut it off at just the wild card round. We'll come back and record another video after the wild card round and then give you predictions for the divisional, the championship, and then the Super Bowl. So if you haven't checked that out, please do. Make sure you like and subscribe. All right, so NFL playoffs. What we got today? We got some games. We got some wild card games. There's some stuff going on with, especially this year. It comes up every year, but we'll talk about it. And let me welcome the beast from the East.
What's up?
What's up, buddy? Where are you coming from? You look all spiffy.
I had an MRI this morning.
I knew you had something. I knew it. I said he was probably out doing something.
Yeah, I had to get my arm checked.
Yeah, you don't have your normal look. You look kind of spiffy today.
I went for spiffy. I'm going to my parents later too, so.
Oh, lovely. Oh, so you get spiffy when you go to your parents' house?
Of course I do.
I don't.
I do.
I don't. I'll wear sweats.
Sometimes I'll wear sweats if I feel like
I am the least spiffy at my parents' house.
Nah, I like to get spiffy.
Like if we doing like Thanksgiving dinner or something like that, I'll dress up halfway nice. But no, it's my parents.
I haven't seen them this year, so might as well look nice, you know.
Do you act like this year is that old?
I know. That was me just being a dumbass.
That got me for a second. I was like, damn. I know you've seen your. Never mind. It's only 10 days. Okay.
I literally saw them. What? Christmas?
Yeah, I just saw my dad on Tuesday and my mom on Wednesday.
Yeah, so they were up in Buffalo for New Year, so I didn't get to see them.
How far do they live from me? They live in New York.
About an hour.
Okay. Yeah, my parents live like 10 minutes from me.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah. All right, so NFL playoffs just started. One thing that I wanted to talk about was how a lot of people, when I say a lot of people, I mean analysts and ESPN and, media heads. But I've also seen it with some of the podcasters. The standings. So this comes up a lot where it's only been like 2 or 3 times, I think, that you've had a team with a losing record make the playoffs.
The Panthers. And the Seahawks.
Yeah, the Seahawks with the Marshawn Lynch run. They were the first team to do it.
They were the first team to do it.
So you have this happen again. We've had it happen a couple times. I remember a huge debate when the 49ers with Colin Kaepernick had to go and play at Green Bay. There was a little bit of talk last year with it when Minnesota had to go and play at they had to go play on the road too.
All right, so What is it? The 2010 Seattle Seahawks, 2014 Carolina Panthers, the 2020 Washington Football Team, the 2022 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the 2025 Carolina Panthers.
So 5 teams. And it's all happened in the last fucking 15 years.
It's literally, we've had 3 in the past 5 years.
Yeah. So there's more talk about stop with the divisions. Stop giving a divisional winner a home game.
Well, I was going to say too, like, it's not even just the losing records part. Like, hold on, I want to pull it up for reference before I say
something. Oh yeah, for the standings this year, like how does well, of course, Pittsburgh is hosting a game where you have the Bills are 12-5, the Texans are 12-5.
Remember, so the Giants were the 4 seed back in 2011 when they won the Super Bowl.
Yes.
But Atlanta had a better record than them.
Yes. Yeah, oh no, it happens every year. That's what I'm saying. The a couple years ago when Colin Kaepernick, I think when he went into Green Bay and won, they had a much better record than Green Bay.
Yeah, like we see that every time. Like because the division winners usually they always get the home game no matter what.
Yeah, so a lot of there's a talk where the division winners should no longer get the home game. And there's also talk that they should just seed the top 7.
Like in the NBA.
The problem with that is, I'm going to tell you exactly what the problem with that is. The same thing that happened to the NBA. Divisions no longer matter.
Yeah.
They no longer matter. And that's not a bad thing because of the day and age that we're in. We have travel is a lot better than when divisions were first originally thought of. So they're not flying commercial. And we talked about the flight path just for the fucking playoffs. Or for the NFL, how far apart they are from each other.
Yeah, I mean, there's really I was just tracking the NBA. Like, you get 16 games against your division, but it really doesn't matter. I mean, and the MLB is kind of getting rid of the division play too at this point.
So if this is my thought process on it, okay? I'm okay with, because the NFL I think is a little different. Because of the fact that the NBA plays 82 games. So they play every single team twice. At least twice. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And your division, you get, I think you play, there's 6, you play them a lot. So that gives you a greater, how am I going to say this? That gives me a bigger picture of who is actually a better team. Granted, you have injuries and all of that stuff that could happen. But when you're playing your division multiple times, do you see what I'm saying? Your conference multiple times a season. That's not the way the NFL is.
Yeah, because I mean, in the MLB before, it was like you have 162 games, but you're playing your division at least once a month.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly.
Now you don't even do that anymore.
So, but in the NFL, you have almost a quarter of your games. More than a quarter of your games are against divisions.
6 out of your 17 games are
against your division.
If they do like, it's just the top NFC teams, then at that point, get rid of those 3 games and just play more teams in the conference.
Okay, so we could do that, but there's still not enough games to give you a good theory.
Yeah, because what you would have to do is, so say if you were the fourth team in your division, get rid of those 3, and then you would have to play the 4th of the other conferences, and then maybe the 3rd place teams of every conference.
Okay, so in that scenario, we could have a shitty team have a great record because they're playing other shitty teams.
Yeah.
And so that doesn't solve the problem that we have. Do you see what I'm saying?
That's the problem they have every year, if you really
think about it. Just like right now, we have the Broncos that a lot of people are saying is not a number 1 seed.
And the Patriots are not really number 2 because they played
exactly. So if we get rid of the divisions, we get rid of the 1, 8, and 9 team. Do you see what I'm saying? We get rid of that, but we also let in a lot more pretenders.
Yeah.
And you still have the same issue that you have. And because it's football and it's not basketball or baseball, and there's not a 7-game series.
Baseball,
having an 8-9 a losing team get in the playoffs isn't a bad idea, because as of right now, from what I can tell, it's almost 50-50 to like 60-40, not the line for the Rams, right? But for the analyst and the media. There's a lot of people between us. There's a lot of people that are picking the Panthers to make this a very good game. So if the Panthers somehow upset the Rams, do you see what I'm saying? What are we mad about? Are we mad that, let's say, the Panthers don't make it at 8-9? The Vikings at 9-8 would have gotten in. That's who would have gotten in.
So I did a little searching because I was curious. The worst teams to make the MLB postseason were 2 games above 500 was the worst.
Yeah, but that's also because there's 162 games.
Yeah, they were 82 and 80. So I'm going based off of winning percentage now.
If you look at the NBA, there are multiple teams that have made the playoffs with losing records.
I'm going in right now.
There is before the play-in.
Yeah, before the play-in. Let's say
before the play-in, there were multiple teams on the East, because they used to get mad because they were talking at one point in time in the NBA that they should just get rid of the fucking conferences and seed the top 16 best teams.
All right, so the most current team to make the playoffs with a losing record without the play-in, 2004 Boston Celtics.
Okay. Now, okay, let's go to the 2004 NBA standings and look at the west side of the standings.
2004 NBA standings. Yeah, because I'm like, all right, I'm looking around, like a lot of these were like way back in the day.
So in the 2004, the 10th seed Trailblazers that did not make the playoffs were 41 and 41. The Jazz were 42 and 40. Now you go to the Eastern Conference. The 4th seed in the Eastern Conference was 42 and 40. The 5th seed was 41 and 41. The 6th seed was 41 and 41. The 7th seed was 39 and 43. The 8th seed was 36 and 46. In the same year, 2 teams with a losing record made it to the NBA playoffs. Meanwhile,
and 2 teams were 500.
Meanwhile, in the Western Conference, the 10th seed was 500. So in that scenario, you would have literally taken out the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th seed from the East and put in the last 5. Because of how many games there are, that's not like a true thing. Do you see what I'm saying? Because you're always going to have that. You'll always have a team that's right above 500 or right below 500.
So I looked again without play-in. The 2011 season, I don't know if we want to count that, honestly, because that was lockout year.
Okay, so let's put it this way. In the 2004-2005 season, right? 2004-2005 season, the Philadelphia Sixers made it, and the New Jersey Nets made it. They were 43 and 39 and 42 and 40, right? The Pacers were 44 and 38. Not bad. They made it, okay? But the 44 and 38 Minnesota Timberwolves did not make it.
Which one? 2004?
They had a better record than the Sixers, the Nets, and the same record as the Pacers.
Which year are we looking at?
2004-2005 in the NBA. This happens every year in the NBA.
I was like, I think I'm on the wrong year.
Every year in the NBA, you can 100%. The Jazz were 41 and 41. And let's see. The Wizards were 42 and 40. I'm trying to see if there's any other teams that did not make it. That's when Sacramento was 44. Yeah, so that's because of how many games there are. That's what I'm saying. Between MLB, hockey,
because like I said, like we had a team. The worst team to make the playoffs in baseball was 82 and 80.
Yeah. So you've had, again, in 2007, the Magic made the playoffs at 40 and 42.
Do you have the list I pulled up here?
No, I'm literally going year by year.
Oh, are you really? I'm just kind of
Yeah, I'm
scrolling.
going because I used to watch basketball so much. I remember these conversations.
What about the
This was
2013, 2014, and
this was
2015
during the
team?
LeBron. If you look at the LeBron era with the East, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, because the Bucks, the Hawks, and the
Again,
Nets,
so the
year after
Sixers,
year.
27, 28, 2007, 2008, 40 and 42. I can literally almost pick a year every single year before the play-in that you had a team that was either 500 or under 500 make it. The Sixers
With the
41 and 41.
play-in, we had the 33 and 40 Orlando Magic.
Yes. Do you see my
The
point?
36 and 46 New Orleans Pelicans. Like, there's going to be a team with a losing record.
That's what I'm saying. So when you have it in the NFL, I think the NFL has it actually with its playoffs because of its playoffs. If they had a 4-game series, a 5-game series, a 3-game series, I would probably say something totally different. But because of their playoffs is a 1 game, and anything can happen in that 1 game. You just got to get on a run. How many times have we seen a wild card team make it to the championship or make it to the Super Bowl?
2011 Giants, 2010 Packers.
Do you see what? So
2009 Cardinals.
How many times have we seen a 1 seed not make it?
2011
last year.
2012 Falcons. The Falcons.
Last year's Lions.
This year's Broncos.
So that's what so in the NFL, because it is so up in the air and everything happens on that 1 game, I think this is a perfect setup. Do I think if we're looking at the NFL standings, do I think that this year, let's see, do I think the Vikings or the Lions deserve to be in the playoffs more than the Panthers? No.
So there's a study since 1975, but also this is around Super Bowl 49. Only 26 number 1 seeds have actually won.
There we go. I saw a beautiful blonde woman last night by herself, seemingly distraught. I asked her what was wrong, and she told me she couldn't figure out how she only had 3 sisters when her brother had 4.
Okay, then.
Welcome, buddy. Good morning, as always. So, but that's the thing. Like, we're talking about we should see the top 16 teams, okay? So, the Panthers are 8-9, the Bucks are 8-9, and the Falcons are 8-9. If they weren't in the playoffs, the next team to make the playoffs would be technically the Vikings.
What are they at?
9-8.
Winning record.
Because they're higher than the Lions in the standings. So do we really think the Vikings deserve to be in the playoffs over the Panthers?
No.
No. So in football, yeah, you have that 8-9 team that gets in. But when you go and look at the when was the last time that we had an 8-9 team get in?
Literally 2022.
2022, 2023?
Yeah, the Buccaneers. Or were they 7-10? I don't think they were 7-10.
So, but I bet you if we look at it in that scenario, the team that was behind them probably wasn't that much of a difference.
So yeah, 2022, the Buccaneers was the losing record.
What were they?
8-9.
Okay, so what was the next team? 9-8.
Going in right now. Hold on.
9-8. 9-8. It's the Detroit Lions and then the Green Bay Packers.
Do we trust that either of those teams deserve to be in?
So again, the 8-9 team that won the division, it's not like a 12-5 team missed out. It's not like the year that the Patriots went 11-6 or 11-5 and they missed out on the playoffs.
Oh, by the way, there was an 8-1 team in there.
Okay, so if you
they have the lead over the Packers that year.
The Panthers, the Buccaneers were 8-9, but the next best team was the Lions at 9-8. And then the Giants were 9-7 and won. But the Lions at 9-8, and then you would have the Washington Commanders at 8-8.
Yeah, the Giants made it because they tied.
Yeah. So what are we talking about? Is it really that big of a difference? Like, would you rather watch Bryce Young? Now, granted, would I rather have the Lions in the playoffs over the Panthers? Most likely, yes. I definitely would. Do you see what I'm saying? But I don't care.
Well, the year that the Patriots didn't make it, the worst team was 8-8.
Yeah. It was just a weird year. So if we go back to all of the years that there was a team that had made the playoffs with a losing record, I guarantee you the next team behind it wasn't that far.
Let's go to 2010 first. Let's go to 2010 first.
Getting there.
2010 was the losing record for the Seahawks.
And remember they beat the Rams.
The Giants
beat the Rams
and the Buccaneers were 10-6.
They beat the Rams in the final game of the season.
Who were also 7-9.
Yes, but if the Rams would have won, they would have went to 8-8.
Yeah.
So you have so the Buccaneers were 10-6. So yeah, that one right there was probably the year.
All right, the next
and the
year
Giants were 10-6.
2014. Let's go to 2014. 2014 was the Panthers. The Panthers were 7-8. We had the Eagles were 10-6.
Again, but did the Panthers see? This is my theory, right? So did the Panthers beat the Saints to get into the playoffs?
No, they beat the Falcons.
Okay, never mind.
I remember that game.
The Saints would have because. Yeah, okay, so that's bad. The Eagles are 10-6. Okay, but everybody else wasn't that bad. The next best record is 8-8.
Okay, let's see. 2020 now was the Commanders. The Commanders got in, and the Cardinals would have been the next best team at 8-8.
Yeah.
So that one's fine.
In the last three, the next best team was 9-8. The last two, we've already went over.
So that's more recently. Because of the extra playoff spot, too.
Yeah. So that's a little bit more recently, but other than that, like those first 2 years, the first year, really bad. Because both teams were 10-6. But I'm sorry. Does everybody remember the Marshawn Lynch run? Who remembers that run? You remember that run?
I remember that run.
Do you know where that run happened in what playoff?
It was in Seattle.
No, that playoff game.
Yeah,
that's the year they beat the Saints they beat the
Super Bowl defending champions.
Huh?
They beat the Super Bowl defending champions.
Yes, but the same year they went 7-9.
Yeah, I know. I remember.
So we bitched because they went 7-9, but we got one of the greatest runs of all time.
Because I remember that playoff. So they lost to the Bears in the next round, and the Falcons got walloped by the Packers.
Yes. So how old were you during that playoffs, if you don't mind me asking?
2011, I was a junior in high school.
Wow. I was about to go through my first divorce. My only divorce. Your only divorce.
Yeah, I remember those playoffs.
Yeah. Hold on. Oh, if you're going by more money, who will spend? Dude, it doesn't matter.
If we're going by more money, why would we even?
It does. I'm gonna be 100% honest. It does not matter. We're not at this. If you're telling me that that Bank of America Arena is not going to be sold out for a home playoff game with the Panthers, you telling me in that scenario that the NFL wants the Jags?
The Jaguars would never have made the playoffs if we're doing
the Jaguars don't ever sell out. They're going to have a home playoff game and probably not going to be sold out.
Remember when Tennessee was the 1 seed?
Yeah, and yeah. So I mean, I get the NFL. The NFL is not like the NBA, or the MLB, because again, it's one game. You don't have 7 games, so you only have to really sell out one game. Most stadiums can sell out one game for a playoff game. So I think they're going to get their money regardless. Do I think that less fans are going to probably watch? Maybe. But I think that would have been set up even if the Panthers didn't go. Unless you got a team like the Cowboys in, then you're still not going to have, because in the AFC, you literally have the Bengals and Chiefs and the Ravens gone.
Yeah, those are the high ticket price.
The high ticket markets for the NFL in the last 4 or 5 years.
Unfortunately, we can't really go based off of market, because
based off of
the small markets right now.
Yeah, but based off of the money, the television viewership.
Well, okay. Would you rather have Dallas Cowboys or the Houston Texans?
Dallas.
For market reasons.
Dallas.
Exactly. Would you really want the Buffalo Bills still?
Yes.
I wouldn't call them the high market, unfortunately.
Because Buffalo's in New York.
Yeah, but then I'd rather have the Giants or the Jets.
Yeah, seriously. They're in Jersey.
That's the high market right there.
They're in Jersey.
Doesn't matter. They still call New York.
So again,
stadium, by the way.
Okay, so would I rather have a New York team or a New Jersey team?
It's still
a New York team that has been good for the last a Buffalo team that has been good for the last 15 years.
But also, if we're going based off that, like, would you rather have Green Bay or would you rather have Detroit? Who's a big market team?
I'd rather have Green Bay.
Really?
Only in football. Only in football. If I'm talking basketball, I'd much rather have Detroit than fucking Wisconsin. But if I'm talking football, Green Bay Stadium is in a neighborhood. The whole town shuts down. Like, I live in Vegas. I know how well Green Bay fans travel. Like, that's what we're just like, for instance, like Boise State. Boise State travels everywhere. Like, you got to remember, the teams that you want to travel, you want them going to other places for your teams. So if Green Bay happens to play in fucking who are they playing this year? Who's another team that's far away from them?
They go to Chicago this year. Remember, first game.
Yeah. Okay. So trust me, the Green Bay fans are going to be in Chicago.
Absolutely.
Do you see what I'm saying? So let's say they have to end up going to fucking Carolina. Green Bay fans will go to Carolina. They travel everywhere.
Or if they have to go to Los Angeles.
And you'll see those cheeseheads fucking everywhere.
Oh my God, the cheeseheads versus the cheese graters.
Thank you.
That's gonna be hilarious.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, in football is so much different than every other sport. Like, every other sport wants teams in LA. Football can't keep fucking teams in LA.
They just put 2 back in LA.
There's been multiple times there was no teams in LA. So that's a little different. I think by marketing and the value, I don't think it really matters in football because it's one.
I don't think it does either. Yeah. I'm with you on that.
That one game format is probably the best for everything. Just like the March Madness.
College football playoff.
Nah, the problem with the college football playoff is
the selection committee is bullshit.
Is the stupid automatic qualifiers.
Yeah, that's the only problem with it.
That's the problem with college football. Because we all know that,
and also not have made it.
Also, the number 1 seed is 0-6.
What?
Every team that has a bye, that's got a bye, literally since the bye started is 0-6. They have not the team that got a first round bye in the college playoffs has not won a game.
Indiana just changed that.
So they were the first team to do it. Yeah, okay. So they're 1 and whatever.
Hold on.
Wait, was Indiana ranked number 1?
They were the number 1 team in the country. Because I think multiple bye. This is the first year they actually won. Teams with a bye.
No, Ohio State lost. Georgia lost. Yeah, Indiana was the first team. And
so Indiana, I thought they had 2 teams with a bye one.
No, Indiana was the first team, and Texas Tech lost.
So this is the first year a bye team has won.
Yeah, and then last year was Arizona State, Oregon, Boise State, and Georgia again.
Yeah, because Ashton Genty had to run against someone that wasn't in the Mountain West.
Hey, all I know yesterday is Indiana whooped the shit out of Oregon.
Oh my God, they did.
Me and my wife went to this little steakhouse. We went to a date. Went to this little steakhouse and the game was on, and I was like, God damn. By the way, I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I'm calling it. Fernando Mendoza is a bust.
I'm calling it right now. The Raiders will make the wrong choice and draft the guy from Oregon.
I don't think that's the wrong choice.
You think Dante Moore is going to be better?
This is the issue. I have a rule, and I have some dumb rules. We all know. We've seen me on the podcast for long enough. But one of my rules was you don't draft a quarterback from Oregon. Just like you don't draft a quarterback from Bama. You don't.
So why are you saying Mendoza is going to be a bust? He's not from Oregon.
I know that. I know he's not from Oregon. That's Dante Moore. So
he's going to be a bust too based on your rule.
Except for the last couple quarterbacks beside Moore. Yeah, Moore might stay in Oregon. I'm 90% sure Moore's going to stay in Oregon.
But okay, so the last quarterbacks drafted from Oregon?
Well, Bo Nix. Bo Nix kind of changed my thought process because granted they had Dylan Gabriel next. I don't even want to count Dylan Gabriel. Okay,
nobody. Tyler Shuck, he was one.
Yeah, so and Tyler Shuck is doing good in the Saints.
He's balling.
Yeah, so again, the last couple years has kind of changed my thought process. Do you see what I'm saying?
So what? So we're gonna go. I'm gonna say Marcus Mariota is a no. That's the cutoff. Because you have Phillip Rivers 2.0, still a great quarterback.
Yep.
Bo Nix.
No, great. Take that word back. He's not a great quarterback.
He's a Phillip Rivers.
Justin Herbert, Phillip Rivers 2.0. Justin Herbert is not a great quarterback.
He's a good.
He's an above average quarterback.
So fine, above average. I don't care. I don't like Herbert. Bo Nix, Tyler Shuck, and we don't count Dylan Gabriel.
So that's what I'm saying. In the last couple years, they've gotten more talent and better players, and also the NFL has made it a lot easier for QBs. They don't have to read defenses no more. They don't have to go through full progressions. So that kind of works with the Oregon QBs. You see what I'm saying? Because the Oregon QBs were consistently known for one look, halfback run.
So let me ask you this, because someone mentioned it here, and I think this is a good question. If Miami wins and beats Indiana, do you draft Carson Beck over Mendoza?
No.
Okay, so then.
So this is the issue. If I'm the Raiders, I trade the pick.
Who would you have as quarterback then?
I'm going to drop back down. I'm going to find a bridge quarterback. There's so many holes. Me and Jeremy were talking about this a couple days ago. There's so many holes that the Raiders have that getting a quarterback is not going to fix it. Do you see what I'm saying? So they need offensive line help. Even if you put Mendoza in that spot, they're fucked. He's still fucked. It's a Derek Carr or a fucking David Carr waiting to happen. They're not a good team. Besides Bowers, who's their other rookie that started looking halfway decent or whatever? But they don't have a lot of
Ashton Genty?
Yeah, there we go. They don't have a lot of skill position. Why did I forget him? They don't have a lot of skill position help. Their line's not good, and their defense isn't very good.
And so, like, you think Carson Beck is too old to be a first-round pick?
I agree with him on that.
Introduce you to Brandon Whedon?
Yeah, and what happened to Brandon Whedon? That's not a good scenario.
It doesn't matter. He was still a first-round pick.
Yeah, but he went to Cleveland and then was a career backup.
Also, he's 23.
But he's been playing college since fucking dude. There's a 17-year-old freshman on his team that when Carson Beck started playing college, he was in junior high.
Yeah, he was playing in 2021. Yeah, he was in Georgia for 4 years. This is his senior. I don't get that sometimes. This is his redshirt year.
No, this is his 6th year.
5th.
Yes. I looked this up completely like a couple days ago. I'm like, how the fuck is he still playing?
Because that Ole Miss quarterback.
So no, this is his 6th year. So he started in 2020 as a freshman. He redshirted. 2021 was his redshirt freshman year. Then the sophomore year. Then 2023. Then his senior year. But because of COVID, they gave everybody an additional year.
Yeah.
This is his 6th year. And the two championships that he won, he was on the bench.
In 21,
granted, his next couple years, he played 13 games. He wasn't bad.
Who the hell was it? That was Stetson Bennett, right?
Stetson Bennett, who, of course, he got drafted, but he wasn't a first-round pick after winning 2 titles.
Well, he was also old, remember?
Carson Beck.
So
yeah, I'm thinking if I'm the Raiders, I trade trust me, I hope they get Mendoza. But if I'm the Raiders, I trade that first overall pick, especially if Dante Moore goes back to college. Then you really only have one surefire pick. And I'm never one of those people. Whenever it comes to drafting people, when there's one quarterback or there's like a couple quarterbacks and you don't know and none of them stand out on the eye test as, oh, this one is I'm trading the pick. There's too many times that has came back and backfired on you. And the draft that I think of the most is, remember when EJ Manuel got drafted?
Yeah.
Remember that draft?
I do.
Yeah, that draft, none of them quarterbacks were good. And it was one of those drafts where you kind of look at, and there was a consensus, I think, number 1 pick. But then everybody started reaching, but none of them were really good. 2013 NFL draft.
Sorry, I'm just looking up the college football playoffs now. Because Ohio State won. They won last year? Really?
Yeah.
I don't even remember that now. Then Michigan destroyed Washington.
Hold on, maybe this isn't the draft.
Wasn't he drafted in 2014?
No, he was drafted in 2013. Maybe the 2014 draft with Tyler whatever his name is.
What are you looking for?
Looking for the draft where there was a bunch of quarterbacks taken with Christian Ponder and all them motherfuckers.
Are we sure it wasn't 2013?
Nope, that's Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel was drafted in 2014?
Yeah.
God damn.
You looking for Christian Ponder's year?
Yeah, where's Christian Ponder drafted? Here it is. There it is. There it is. Yep, 2011, when you had Cam Newton as the number one. Then you had Jake Lockyer, Blaine Gabbert, Christian Ponder. This draft seems to me like this draft without Cam Newton. Like I think Mendoza is going to be more of a average starter career backup.
You think he's going to be a Blaine Gabbert?
Yeah, I think he's going to be one of those guys that got big in 1 year. I'm not saying, I don't know. I don't watch college enough to know.
I feel like it came out of nowhere.
I'm just looking at my eye test from what I saw yesterday. Yesterday he played very well, by the way. He 17 for 20, 85%, 177 yards, and 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, so this is technically Mendoza's breakout year because he played in Cal for 2 years and didn't really do nothing.
Nope. So that's kind of my thing. And of course they're a great story because Indiana is one of the horrible teams in college football for like winning wise. So it's a very, very good story. But when you look, I mean, yeah, in California, he still performed well. 16 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. So, like, what changed? How the fuck do you go from averaging 1,700 yards, that's 9 games, 3,000 yards, 16-6 to 41-6?
The coach. It's the coach.
Okay, so the coach, whose current coach is Kurt, who coached for James Madison in Indiana the year before. So they lost in the first round the year before. So let's see how good Indiana was the year before. So, okay, so they had Curtis Rourke threw for 3,000 yards, 29-5, and Tavion Jackson threw 4 touchdowns and 1. So combined, they threw 33-6. So 8 less than him. Okay, so is it the system?
Probably most likely. Because look at all the Alabama quarterbacks.
Again, my initial thought is he's a bust. You don't just come out of nowhere in college and have one good year and go on to be great.
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones didn't go on to be great.
That's what I'm saying. I'm proving your point, actually.
Oh, but I'm thinking of other people. Who else was it? Zach Wilson.
Caleb Williams.
Wait, hold on. Caleb Williams had more than one good year.
You sure about that?
He won the Heisman at Oklahoma and then transferred to USC to follow Lincoln O'Reilly.
Oh, yeah, that's true. All right. He had more than one.
Okay.
I don't pay attention that much to college either.
I don't either, but I knew that. So, yeah, you see Mark Sanchez.
Yeah, but he went to USC. Fuck him.
Yeah, but Mark Sanchez had one good season. Pete Carroll said, don't come out of the draft. He started off. He had three or four good years.
Was it because of his defense, though?
It was. Cam is not overrated.
Yeah, I don't know why everyone says that. He was really good.
I think Cam is rated right where he should be rated. Nobody calls him an all-time great. When you get into the all-time running quarterbacks, yeah, his name is going to appear up there, but everybody puts Mike Vick and Lamar Jackson above him, which it should be.
So if we back off of the one-hit wonders, technically Cam Newton was one.
What do you mean?
Cam Newton was a college football one-hit wonder. Transferred into Auburn.
He was. He only played 1 year at Auburn, right?
Johnny Manziel too, because remember
Johnny Manziel played multiple. He was not a 1 year wonder. I knew about Johnny Manziel as a freshman when he was for the Heisman Trophy, when he was going up for the Heisman Trophy as a freshman and beat Alabama. Johnny Manziel was not a 1 year wonder. Mm-hmm. No, he only played for Auburn 1 year.
Who, Cam?
Yeah, so I'm wrong. You're right. You guys are right. Cam, he might have been a 1 year. That's a very similar. Well, I mean, he did go to junior college. I think the issue with Cam was everybody knew Cam was good. Was college, but you just couldn't go past Tebow.
So Johnny Manziel redshirted, then played 2 years at Texas A&M technically. I would say Shedeur Sanders is technically a one-hit wonder too. If we want to call him that.
Shedeur, yes, but we saw him produce at Jackson State or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he is a goofy hat wearing dude. It took me so long to connect these two comments because it was like Cam, and I was like, wait, both of us are wearing goofy or wearing hats. What are we talking about?
Not that goofy.
Matt Leinart. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know. College football's a little weird.
College football.
I feel like Carson Wentz's college career?
Carson Wentz went to a random school. He didn't go to a big power school.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
He went to North Dakota State.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was the number 2 pick.
Yeah. Fucking Josh Allen went to Wyoming and he was like number 7 pick.
I thought he was 17.
Huh?
No, okay, so Jared Goff went to Cal. Cal Berkeley.
Yeah, I remember that. I told you guys, Jared Goff sucks. Wait, what Josh Allen is this? Linebacker. I don't want that fucking Josh Allen.
Josh Hines Allen. Because I remember Josh Hines Allen was drafted the same position as Josh Allen.
Who the fuck is Josh Hines Allen?
The linebacker on freaking Jacksonville.
He was drafted a year after.
Yeah, the same position as Josh in Buffalo.
Yeah, Josh went to Wyoming, and he was what year was he? Whenever was he drafted? He
7.
was a 7th pick.
Yeah, so Josh Hines Allen was also 7.
Oh, got you. Okay.
So there was 2 years in a row that Josh Allen was drafted 7th overall.
Now Josh Allen kind of came out of nowhere. Like I didn't know who the fuck he was.
Yeah, same with Josh Rosen.
But to be fair, why we got to bring up Josh Rosen, man? Leave that man alone. That man's gone through enough shit. Okay, he's gone through enough shit. Okay, what happens if the Bills don't win this year? Well, let's get into it.
Sean McDermott maybe gets fired.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't think McDermott. I don't think Tomlin. I don't think any of the playoff coaches get fired this year.
You seem to be like saying that during the playoff preview, didn't we? We were talking about coaches getting let go if they lose.
I know, and I rethought about it because that was on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And now it's Saturday, and I had more time to think about it.
I don't think anything's going to happen.
I heard ESPN and all these media and analysts talking about, if Mike Tomlin is 1 and out, he may get fired. And I was like,
going to get fired
again. I don't think McDermott's going to get fired.
No, I don't think any of them are. I don't know why everyone says it.
Because the media wants to fucking talk shit. I think it depends on how Josh Allen loses. That's what I want to say.
I don't think he's going to get blown out.
No. But it depends on if he's the reason they lose. So we've given as a community, a football community, in my opinion, we have given Josh Allen way more slack and way more excuses than we have given any other quarterback at his caliber, right? A lot of that has to do with who he's had to go against, because he did have to go against Patrick Mahomes. He's had to go against some of the best quarterbacks in the NFL in the last 5 or 6 years, with Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson. So, but the couple times that we've seen him lose in the playoffs, nobody blames it on him. I mean, he gave their team a lead with 13 seconds left in the AFC in one of those games. Remember that? AFC Championship game, 13 seconds left, gave his team the lead. That was not his fault. I want to say last year. So
okay. Lost to the Chiefs.
But it's how they lose.
Yeah, I'm trying to look right, because one of them was a coin flip, they're saying.
So yeah, it was. Yeah, that was the 13 seconds, and then they changed the overtime rule after that. They lost to the Chiefs on a wide right.
Yep.
On a field goal where he put them in position.
Lost to Burrow.
Yep. The year that they went to the Super Bowl.
And 2019 wild card where Josh Allen actually fumbled the ball.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. But in that wild card, that was only his first year in the playoffs.
That was his first year. That was his second year in the league, too.
First year in the playoffs, and he lost to a Deshaun Watson-led Houston Texans, right?
I believe so, 2019.
Yeah. And in that playoff game, we have when Deshaun Watson got kicked in the eye and still completed a pass.
Mm-hmm.
So like that, you give him a pass because he's a rookie. He was young. But like if he comes out and loses to the Jaguars and he throws an interception at the end, or the Jaguars, or they lose by 14 points, yes, 100% people are going to say Josh Allen's just a choke artist. It doesn't matter if it's the biggest play of the game, in the clutch moments, if it's against the great players, or if it's when he should win. When the pressure is on him, he chokes. But if he goes out and gets all the way to the AFC Championship and balls out, and they lose because their defense can't hold up, what are we going to say then?
It's really their defense is going to cause the loss. It's not Josh Allen.
But why is their defense so bad? They're not paying anybody on offense besides Josh Allen.
Yeah, and their defense is so bad because they're not paying anyone on defense.
So it depends to me on how Josh Allen loses and where he gets to. If he loses in the first round to Jags, yes, 100% we're going to call him a choke artist. If he gets to the AFC Championship or the Super Bowl and loses based off of his defense not being able to make a stop, then we're not going to say that at all. Hold on. My cat's fucking with my dog.
Not a problem. I mean, most of the Bills' money goes into offense. Josh Allen gets a lot. Dion Dawkins, Spencer Brown, Dawson Knox, Josh Palmer, Greg Rousseau, who's an edge. He's up there. I mean, they pay out of their top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, they pay pretty well. They're pretty well. They pay 5. Out of the top 10, 5 of them are defense.
Yeah.
Because they're paying Ed Oliver. They're paying Greg Rousseau, Teron Johnson, and Matt Milano. That's their top defensive payrolls.
Got you.
Because they're paying.
That in a second.
What's up?
Talking about the Zach Taylor thing.
Oh, I say the same thing about Zach Taylor, and he's still coaching.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. I don't know how.
Talk about him later. But if we could, I'll jump into T-Law for a second. I mean, T-Law, like, this is the thing. Like I mentioned earlier, it's about coaching too. Like, do you really trust Urban Meyer to do anything? Do you trust Doug Peterson with whatever the hell went on with him? Like, I think Peterson was a great coach, but something went loose with him.
I don't. I think we're giving way too much credit to coaches these days. I grew up in an era where I have seen teams win consistently with different coaches. Troy Aikman went to the Super Bowl with 2 different coaches, and one he fucking hated. Hate
Doesn't
it.
matter you hate him. That's different.
No,
from
Barry Switzer, he left Oklahoma because Barry Switzer. Like, there's a whole beef there. That's why he hated Barry Switzer. He still to this day hates him. That's why Barry Switzer was gone. He hates fucking him. We give way too much credit to coaches. The problem that we have with a lot of these quarterbacks, we've talked about this on the Discord. They suck at IQ. They can't read defenses. They can't progress through defenses. We have seen multiple quarterbacks throughout our lifetime, depending on how old you are, that have gone through Dan Marino, John Elway. We knew who good quarterbacks were. Fuck Jeff George. He wasn't a great quarterback, but that motherfucker still could play with multiple different coordinators and multiple different coaches. But now we have young quarterbacks, and we go, oh. They got to get the right coach and the right system. We used to call those system quarterbacks.
They still are system quarterbacks.
So yeah, I don't think it's a coaching. I think the
Jalen Hurts thing too. He's played with Sirianni for most of his career. Yes. Maybe all of it.
Yes, but he's had a different offensive coordinator every single year.
Yeah, he has.
And also, I have a question. Do we think he's that great of a quarterback?
No. He is the definition of system quarterback right now.
All of them are. So many of our and the ones that aren't are the ones that stand out so fucking amazing. Like, they're the ones that no matter what happens, they're still doing good. We have Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow.
Yep.
I'm just going with young quarterbacks right now. Patrick, Joe. I don't like Justin. But I will tell you, Justin has put up numbers consistently with many different coaches.
Yep.
Trevor Lawrence has not.
No.
That becomes the issue. Do you see what I'm saying?
He is a quarterback.
I don't think they're coaches. I think that yes, and that may be why we're getting rid of coaches in the NFL so quickly now. Because of the fact that their quarterbacks suck. Unfortunately,
it really is. A lot of these teams are system quarterbacks now. That's it. That's the end of discussion on this.
So I think Patrick's a good QB. I also think he has a great coach. But I think if you put Patrick in any scenario, no matter what coaching system he was in, would he have the success that he had with Andy Reid? No. That is a perfect system what the Chiefs have done. But if you put him in any system, he's still gonna excel.
You could put him in Mike McDaniel's system,
and he's still gonna excel because he can read defenses and he can understand plays. He understands. You could see the line of scrimmage plays that he does. But I don't think he would be what he is without Andy Reid. I think a great coach and a good QB combination like Tom Brady, Bill Belichick. I think they completely elevate each other. But I think no matter who, just like Joe Burrow, I think no matter who you give Joe Burrow as a coach, he's going to put in stats. Same thing with Justin Herbert, even though I don't like him.
We do need to see what Burrow might be like without Zach Taylor, though.
I don't think that matters.
I think it does.
I don't. I think from again, no matter where Burrow was at, yes, he had one of the greatest seasons in college football. We know this. But no matter where Burrow was at, he put up stats in college. Like, same thing with Patrick. Patrick Mahomes had fucking Cliff Kingsbury and threw for over like 500 yards against Baker Mayfield. Like, I'm not saying they would be winning. I'm just saying he would be putting up stats everywhere. Just like Matt Stafford. We knew Matt Stafford was a good quarterback. He was just stuck in the Lions.
They need someone, though, that knows how to actually work an offensive line and a defense.
Yeah, 100%. They need coaching. They can't do it by themselves. But if you're a good quarterback, your stats are going to shine on any team. It's just how your winning is successful.
I mean, technically, we can look at Josh Allen. Sean McDermott is not a great coach.
No, but I'm gonna tell you the thing that helped the thing that helped Josh Allen the most. Of course, Brian Daboll.
Yep.
Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
People do not give enough credit to Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is where right now?
In jail.
What team is he on?
The Mean Machine.
What Mean Machine? The Patriots.
No, I was making more longest yard jokes.
I know you are. So the Patriots. And who is a MVP candidate?
Michael Vick in prison.
Yep. So Michael Vick wasn't in the longest yard.
I'm just naming people that are in
Nelly.
jail. We're in jail.
Terry Crews.
Michael Irving.
Yeah, it's so then you have when CJ Stroud had that great year. He had a good year last year. That's where he was.
Yeah, he still had a good year. I mean, but Stephon Diggs was definitely a huge help.
I
don't want to minimize Stephon Diggs.
Go back to when Stephon Diggs got to Josh Allen. Look at the year before and look at the year after. I remember me and my buddy were talking. If Josh Allen could get his accuracy down, he would be amazing. When you have somebody like Stephon Diggs, it's very easy to get your accuracy down. I'm not
his Vikings play.
What?
In the playoffs.
Yeah. I'm not saying that this is with everybody, but boy, since DeAndre Hopkins left Deshaun Watson, he has never been as good.
Yeah.
Having a great receiver, even though he's an asshole, can elevate a quarterback.
I hate to say it, but I mean Matt Ryan with Roddy White, then he had
Julio Jones. Patrick Mahomes doesn't have Tyreek Hill in the very, very start. Do we see what we see? Now, granted, I think Tyreek Hill helped or Travis Kelce.
Yeah, I was gonna say he had Travis still.
Exactly. So yeah, I think that elevates.
I mean, look at the year Tom Brady had Randy Moss.
Amazing. Look at the year anybody had fucking Randy Moss besides the Raiders.
Yeah. Besides the Raiders, they misused their Randy Moss.
So I think that's Josh Allen. I think he's good, and we're seeing this the last 2 years. But when you need that first down, when you need that red zone threat, when you need to throw it up and just pray he's there, he doesn't have one of those. And I think that is what's hurting him this year. I think Josh Allen's a very, very good quarterback. I think he is a great quarterback.
Yeah, but who's he throwing to? Keon Coleman?
And that's
Curtis Samuel.
So this is, and I'm gonna tell you, this is the copycat league. This is the difference between having an all-time great and having a great quarterback. An all-time great, Brady, Mahomes. Can't think of a lot of quarterbacks. Those are two. They can throw to fucking anybody. They throw through multiple people. They spread the ball around. Peyton Manning spread the ball. They literally can throw to anybody. You don't have to have $100 million receiver on your roster to make sure it's great. Josh Allen.
Here's the real question though, because here's a thought too. Aaron Rodgers, when the first year he didn't have Devontae Adams, like he was placing the balls perfectly in his receivers' hands.
Yes.
And they kept dropping them.
Yes. But Aaron Rodgers still had a good season.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he win MVP that year?
The first year that he had Devontae Adams?
No. When Devontae Adams left.
No, he won MVP. No, that's when they lost to the Lions in the playoffs, right?
Before the playoffs. In the week 18.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about how you're saying how you don't need to pay somebody. But if you remember too, Rodgers used to place balls in people's hands before he didn't have Devontae Adams. And they were dropping.
True. No, 2021 he won MVP. And then Devontae Adams got traded in that offseason. And that year they went 8-9. He threw for 3,700 yards, 65% completion, 26 touchdowns to 12 interceptions.
Yeah, he was throwing, I think, to Sammy Watkins, Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
So, in that year, his average is 42-68, 34 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. That's his average, right? So he was 1,000 yards off, 500 yards off, eight touchdowns off, and 4 more interceptions.
All right, that's the effect of not having a number one.
Exactly. But that's a weird comparison because he was so much further in his career.
Devontae or Aaron?
Yeah, Aaron. That was 3 years ago. Like Aaron Rodgers has never thrown to a number. What was it? He had never completed a catch to a first round drafted receiver.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Because he had what? Greg Jennings and Donald Driver.
Yeah. Now, could you imagine if they got him a real receiver?
Yeah, it would have been crazy.
Yeah. I mean, of course, he had Devontae Adams.
But his career before Devontae was Jordy Nelson.
Yeah. So I don't know. About Josh Allen. I think they need to go out and get a receiver.
And maybe T.O. can come back to Buffalo.
Stop it. That's the last thing he needs. Josh Allen couldn't handle Stephon Diggs. What the fuck you think he's gonna do with T.O.?
Nothing. He's gonna do nothing.
Fucking quarterbacks. All right. Before we get into the coaches seat, you heard about the Trae Young trade, right?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
I know. What do you think about it?
What?
What do you think about it? What do you think about it now?
The Hawks are dumb. You couldn't get anything out of that? What the fuck?
Nobody wanted Trae.
Yeah, it was that very obvious.
Yeah.
CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert?
So,
oh my God.
The Hawks actually have a lot of salary cap.
They do.
So, they have two young stars in Dyson Daniels and Jalen Johnson.
What about Richard?
Fuck him. But we're not even talking about him, okay?
Okay.
We're going to skip it. Two young stars in Dyson Daniels, that's a shooting guard, and a power forward, Johnson, right? They do have the number 1 overall pick from last year or the year before, whatever. That guy.
Richard, yeah, because
he's okay. He's not a star. Then they also have Kristaps Porzingis, which they're trying to put in a trade package, right?
Yeah, because he's not playing well right now.
Well, he's an expiring contract. They only traded him because he was an expiring contract. So realistically, if you're looking at a rebuild, and Dyson Daniels is an amazing defender. I think he was like 2nd or 3rd in Defensive Player of the Year last year. So if you're looking at rebuilding, the one thing you can't rebuild with is Trae. Now, Jalen Johnson is making $30 million. I think next year Dyson Daniels, the extension kicks in, which is like $25 million, $26 million. So Trae had a $49 million player option. Atlanta's not playing the fucking luxury tax. They don't want to pay that shit. Trae doesn't play defense. A lot of people said his attitude wasn't really good.
He sounded like he was getting annoying.
Yeah, but you know what? Every time they start talking about shit after players leave, I'm kind of done with that because we saw what happened with Luka. But it doesn't surprise me because outside of that conference finals run, they really haven't done anything. And basketball is not football. You have one good star and you surround them by good players. You should be able to make it to the playoffs in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, you really should.
You shouldn't be in the play-in and getting swept in the first round. But when your one good star is technically 5'11" and can't guard anybody, that becomes an issue. So I was very also, I think the Luka trade had a lot to do with this as well.
It had to have.
No, because of the fact that how they couldn't get much more money for him. Because remember, beforehand, they could say the Rudy Gobert trade, the Karl Anthony Towns trade. But you're trading Trae Young and you want a first-round draft pick? Bitch, Luka didn't get a first-round draft pick. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but Bradley Beal did.
But Bradley Beal got traded before Luka.
Yeah, I know he did.
Yeah, there. You see what I'm saying?
30-year-old Bradley Beal. So much.
Bradley Beal got traded before Luka. Everybody, welcome the man, the myth, the legend.
All right, I didn't go to sleep till 3 o'clock in the morning.
I figured you were sleeping. I said it when I came on. I said, hey, Jeremy's probably sleeping. He'll jump on in a little bit.
Jeremy with a J.
I said Jeremy was probably That's so bad because now anytime I see Jeremy's name spelled like what and it's with a J, I get so fucking irritated. And people and they sit there and I remember when I was working at whatchamacallit and they're like, why do you call Jeremy Jeremy? I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, you call Jeremy. I'm like, his name isn't spelled with a G. I'm like, my best friend's name is spelled with a G. So that's the way you spell Jeremy. I don't know what the fuck a J is because he's told me for years it's with a G. So, but yeah. So I think it was just one of those things with the Luka trade. They weren't going to get a lot of picks for him. His value wasn't high. He has a player option. So you're going to have to, if you're going to trade for him, you're either hoping it's a 2-year rental or you're already working out an extension for him that costs him $50 million a year. And then the rumor is they're going after another big fish.
Who, the Hawks?
The Hawks. And Trae Young wanted to go to Washington. He thinks that they have a chance of building something and wants to be part of that.
Who's on Washington?
Nobody.
That's what I thought.
Basically, Trae Young said, I can take all the shots I fucking want.
That's what it sounds like.
So this now, when you look at the move for CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert is the guy they traded for. When you look at the move for CJ McCollum, if you compare that with Kristaps Porzingis, so that's like $53 million in salary because I think Kristaps makes like 30 and CJ makes like 23 or 24. And then they have like 2 first-round draft picks that they could swap. They could do the New Orleans Pelicans first-round draft pick, which is the best. So you could literally pair that with maybe Anthony Davis before he got injured, because there was rumors talking about that. There was rumors talking about them trying to go after Giannis before Giannis said he wanted to stay in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
So the idea was get rid of Trae, clear up that salary cap space, throw our 2 expiring contracts in to get a big star.
Go get Miles Turner.
From the Bucks?
Yeah, why not?
Why?
I don't fucking know.
He does need to retire. I agree with you on that.
You know what they could do? Go get Kyrie.
Dallas isn't trading Kyrie.
Dallas wasn't planning on doing anything.
No. Dallas wants to get rid of Anthony because he fucking sucks.
Yeah, he's getting hurt.
Yeah.
It's almost like he should retire.
But they need Kyrie because they have no point guard.
They don't have a team.
We know this. I just don't think they knew this until they traded away Luka.
Yeah, I was gonna say what? They only have Cooper Flag right now, really.
Yeah. I know they have PJ Washington, they have Daniel Gafford, they have D'Angelo Russell. They don't have a bad, like when Luka was on there, they don't have a bad squad. The problem is Luka made up for so much other stuff.
You know what they could have also done? Kept Jalen Brunson.
No, fuck that. That was fine getting rid of him. You know what they could have done? Kept Quentin Grimes.
Yeah, that could have been a good one too.
Yeah, what about that one? Jalen Brunson, they got rid of him when they were about to pay him $100 million. Quentin Grimes was a restricted free agent that signed his qualifying offer because nobody gave him money. So yeah, I would have kept Quentin Grimes. I'm not sold on Brunson.
No, not yet.
No, I'm not. I think Brunson is a great scorer. I think he is. I think he's great at his role. But I do not think they are ever going to win the championship with Brunson as a one option. I do not think Brunson is a one option. I think Brunson
they might bring back the Villanova Knicks. I heard.
I think Brunson is a 2 or 3 option. I think Brunson would be a great ball. I do. Look, he's just fucking big. He's not much bigger than me. It is very hard to win an NBA title.
He's the same size as Trae Young.
Again, it is very hard to win an NBA. And look what Trae Young just got traded for.
Yeah, peanuts.
A fucking guy named Corey Kispert.
Anthony wants to know if putting Embiid and Flag and Kyrie on the same team in Dallas would help.
Yeah, please take Embiid. Go ahead. Fuck the process.
Oh, you're done with him?
Get rid of him. What's wrong?
He's done with Joel Embiid?
Get rid of fuck Embiid. Fuck Embiid. Fuck Paul George. Fuck that. Do you know what I do as soon as I do a rebuild with the Philadelphia Sixers in 2K? I put both of them bitches on the trade block.
Well, Paul George is taking up a lot of money.
So is Embiid.
Yeah.
So no, fuck both of them.
Build around Tyrese.
Trade his ass to.
No, not even Tyrese Maxey.
Dude, you got to do a full rebuild.
Ooh, a new process?
Fuck it. Trade all of them. I can't rebuild with a point guard that's making $30-something million. That again, I'm gonna be honest, unless you're like fucking Cade Cunningham, I don't want my point guard being my number one. Cade or Steph, I don't want my point guard being my number one option in this NBA. I do not want to be
in this. I was gonna say Chris Paul, but then you said this.
No, in this NBA. Because it's too big. When you got who just got a sports center notification? Oh, I heard that shit. All guys know that notification sound.
A dramatic end. How Lamar Jackson, Todd Monken, and Ravens locker room impacted by John Harbaugh's exit.
Well, that's Lamar Jackson's fault. He shouldn't have been talking shit.
Also,
yeah,
Todd
I would just
kind of sucks.
I'm on a full rebuild. If you're gonna do a rebuild, just do a full rebuild. Don't try to keep anybody. Don't try to watch out, guys. Move, come here. Are you going out with him? Don't try to keep everybody. Don't try to keep one player so you can keep fans coming to the stadium. No, fuck that. Do a full-on rebuild. Because what is your rebuild like? If you're going to say a full-on rebuild is going to take me to 3 to 5 years, what the fuck is the use of keeping Tyrese Maxey?
Get some draft picks out of him.
That's what I'm saying. So if I keep him, I'm 3 to 4 years now that he's broken down. So yeah, I'm not big on that. Fuck it, blow up all of it. If you're gonna do a rebuild, do a rebuild. All right, what do you think is the worst head coaching job that is that is open as of now?
Arizona Cardinals.
Okay, why do you think the Arizona Cardinals is?
Because the dry heat sucks dick. I don't know. Let me see the teams that are hiring.
So, Giants, Titans, Cardinals, Raiders, Falcons, Browns, Dolphins. I think that's 7.
The Ravens?
Ravens?
I don't remember. I'm just going to pull it up.
Yeah.
Well, if I had to guess, it's probably the Browns because you have to deal with Jimmy Haslam.
So the Ravens, the Giants, the Falcons, the Raiders, the Titans, the Arizona Cardinals, the Dolphins, and the Browns. So I did not say the Ravens last time.
I think Miami.
Okay.
I think Miami because 1, I don't think they're in a great spot to draft. 2, don't they have some fucked up contracts that they're stuck in?
Tua.
Yes.
Well, Tua's what? He's guaranteed what? $53 million?
Something like that. And if they trade him, they don't get much relief.
And then in a couple months, he's guaranteed like $3 million in 2027.
Okay.
So, I mean, what are you doing? And then Tyreek Hill is.
Oh, his guaranteed money's used up, so they're going to cut him.
Right. So, but I mean.
So that his salary comes completely off their books. So they will probably be under the salary cap with just that move.
Honestly, I still think they're just dealing with I don't know. Brown's owner keeps fucking around and finding out too often.
That's fine. No, Jeremy, if Jeremy thinks the Dolphins, I agree. The Dolphins are a badass fucking destination.
They are.
You have a lot of bad contracts. You don't know. The biggest bad contract is your fucking quarterback. Granted, the cutting of Tyreek Hill may help out. And then what are you going to do with your quarterback? Are you going to find a head coach that's going to develop your quarterback? Or are you going to find a head coach? You've already tried that. Or are you going to try to trade him? Or are you going to pay him $53 million?
Well, you also still have so for the Browns, you have Deshaun Watson still under a massive.
Yeah, but they're going to redo his contract. So I agree. I think the Browns is the absolute worst job. I agree with you. But I don't think, it's a coin flip between the Dolphins, and the only reason why I think the Browns is the worst job is because they have less trade assets. outside of
I'm just looking
Garrett,
over their contracts right now.
outside of Myles Garrett, who do they have that they can get something for?
Denzel Ward.
So even though Tua is a horrible contract, there's some team that thinks they can fix him.
And I was going to say, too, Tua's here. So the Tyreek contract's still on the books. Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, but Tyreek Tyreek doesn't have any more guaranteed money, right?
He was supposed to be guaranteed $54 million. I think they already covered that.
Yeah, so that's why when they cut him, his base comes off.
Yeah. Because his contract ends literally this season. After next season.
Yeah, they're going to cut him this offseason.
Who?
Tyreek. He was 2024 to 2026.
Yeah, they're cutting him. All of his guaranteed money has been used. They're cutting him this offseason. Remember, he had his ACL or whatever.
And then you're also dropping off Minkah Fitzpatrick's contract, too.
So the Dolphins are projected right now. They have negative $23 million in salary cap. The Browns have negative $17 million. They both have horribles. Both of them don't have a quarterback. I just think the Browns, you can trade Jalen Waddle if you're the Bills, if you're the Dolphins. You can trade Achane. Also, a lot of the Browns players like Judkins, and a couple
Judkins, who's on a rookie.
they're all free agents this year.
Isn't Judkins a rookie? No. Who am I thinking of? Who the fuck? Where is Judkins on this?
I might have the wrong name of who's
Quinshawn Judkins is a rookie.
Okay, so there's somebody else that played points that's a free agent for them.
Because he's on a rookie deal. I mean, they have Tyson Campbell, who's still making money until 2028. David Njoku's contract just expired.
So that might have been who I thought it was, Njoku.
Yeah, he's done. He might be done in there too.
Yeah. I think Atlanta's a pretty bad one.
They're locked up with so much problems.
Well,
I agree with you.
Well, right now, just on a salary cap perspective, they have to trim like $4 million before they can deal with any free agents.
Well, they already
based off of this website that I'm on, NFL salary cap space, the Falcons have 21 million in cap space, but they have 17 million effective cap space. So they have some cap space, but not a lot. And they have no first round pick. That's another thing that hurts the Falcons. They don't have their first round pick. But the reason why I don't think the Falcons are worse than the Dolphins or the Broncos is you got to figure out your quarterback situation, which you're restructuring Kirk Cousins. They
already restructured Kurt.
Okay, so you got to figure out that.
They still have to figure out their quarterback situation because they restructured Kirk, but they also picked up fucking.
Yeah, but you want to know something? Penix isn't supposed to be healthy until November.
Yeah.
Right, but they picked up Penix and they don't know what to fucking have in Penix. So if that fucking ball falls through, then what?
I agree. Their quarterback situation is the worst thing about them. Yeah. But all the talent that they have, besides having to pay Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, but they still have to figure out Kyle Pitts and then their linebacker.
Yeah, but I mean, you still have Drake London, Bijan Robinson.
But don't they have a running back they got to figure out how to pay too?
Tyler Algier is free agent.
They're going to release him. They're releasing him. So yeah, don't get me. I agree. There's a lot of, just like with any NFL team, there's a lot of hard decisions that they have to make. But I just think Bijan Robinson and Drake London changed the trajectory for that team. Compared to the Dolphins
came in and really he solidified
the Dolphins and the Browns. It's a bad job. I wouldn't put it ahead of the Ravens or even the Raiders right now. Like I would say
I put a lot ahead of the Raiders.
Yeah, but that number one overall pick kind of changes things.
It doesn't whenever you're so dysfunctional.
That's true.
You were literally just talking about how a quarterback ain't going to change something.
Again, we talked about this, if they traded, I think that could be a huge, massive haul for them. The Cardinals, I think the Falcons are better than the Cardinals.
I don't like the Cardinals.
What are you doing with Kyler Murray? Same thing with fucking Tua. And what good players do the Cardinals have?
Marvin Harrison Jr.
What good players do the Cardinals have?
Trey McBride.
What good players do the Cardinals have?
Josh Sweat.
Okay, they got some players.
You sat there and thought about Josh Sweat, but not Trey McBride, who is one of the best tight ends in the league.
No, I just kept asking for more.
Yeah, I had more too.
That is not what you were asking.
That's why after Josh Sweat, there's 3. I can't say shit. That's why I stopped after Josh Sweat, because there's only like 3 for the Falcons, in my opinion. Drake London, Bijan, and that edge rusher they had.
What, James Pierce Jr. or Jalen Walker?
One of those 2. So
what about Divine Diablo, who
I don't know
by the middle?
That is. You're asking me about Falcon players, like I know who they are. I only know about 4 or 5 on those teams. That's why when he kept saying them, I'm like, okay, those are 3 names that I know. Got it.
Let's say no. I want to know actually where you were before, Mr. Divine.
Dude, what about the Titans? What do you think about? Well, okay, so what do you think is the best head coaching job?
The Giants.
Sports Illustrated has the Falcons at the second best.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
that's real interesting.
What's funny is Divine Diablo was on the Raiders for 4 years.
Yeah,
the fuck is Divine Diablo?
He's a middle linebacker.
New York Daily News.
He couldn't play for shit on the Raiders.
He played for shit.
He wasn't terrible, but I was pissed off when he left. But
we'll take him.
The best place, probably Baltimore or New York. It's got to be Baltimore or New York.
Okay, so explain the New York thing for me.
Well, they
rookie
have Jackson.
Quarterback, rookie running back, high first round pick, and a pretty decent defense with Abdul Carter. You've got Brian Burns still there, Dexter Lawrence. Get some secondary help, and you're looking pretty decent.
Plus, they do have a nice receiving core, Malik Neighbors, even though he's coming off of the.
He's still young enough to come back from that.
You don't have no concerns with Jackson Dart's concussions?
I don't know. Do you have concerns with Cam Scatterbo's?
Yeah.
I think Trae Young is pretty good to him.
I have concerns with both of those for concussions. But outside of that, that's the only concerns I have.
And
I think it's
vibe.
I think it's a very, very good. Releasing a player in Madden is not easy. You still have to go with the salary and all that stuff, right? It's the same thing as releasing it in the NFL. I just think my issue is if you're not going to pay people, if you don't have them in your future, I don't think you should pay them. I think you should trade or release them. And in the NFL, it is actually extremely easy to release players because none of their contracts are guaranteed. So once you get out of guaranteed money, very simple. Very simple. Should NFL teams pick up players every single week and release them the next week? We just don't hear about it. They pick up practice squad players. Yeah, releasing a player in the NFL is very easy.
So let's see. The Giants' cap space is what I'm trying to look for here.
I got it. Hold on.
They're ranked
like 11 million.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. They have pretty good cap. I just knew you guys would know more about the Giants players than me. That's why I asked. Explain the Giants to me because I only know a couple of their players.
They're going to have about 11 million in cap space.
Yeah, I don't watch many Giant games.
No, I don't blame you.
Best job is the Giants' job. Okay. Worst jobs is the Titans' job. The kickers for the Ravens has to hire. Yep, I sure do.
I may be able to get on with the worst job being the Titans' job because of ownership.
Yeah,
it can't be worse than Cleveland.
I mean, have you seen the Titans' ownership?
Have you seen anybody have success in Cleveland?
Kevin Stefanski.
That's it. At least people have success with Tennessee.
Mike Vrabel.
The guy before Mike Vrabel.
Mike McCoy?
But after him, the ownership has stepped in and been a fucking nuisance and fucked everything up.
No, Mike McCoy's their current head coach. Also, wait, Jeff Fisher, Mr. 8-8?
Motherfucker took him to a Super Bowl. I didn't say he was the greatest coach. I said they had success with them.
Let's see. Hold on.
The Browns would love to be 8-8.
Okay, so Jeff Fisher, Mike Munchak, and Mike Vrabel, I think, are probably their best 3 head coaches of recent years.
Let's see.
Then I mean, Vrabel was fired for what? Like
nothing.
Not agreeing with Titans.
Mike Mularkey had Mike Mularkey had one playoff. Ken Weisenhut sucked. Mike Munchak did not do shit.
Okay, so now the Browns between that time frame had Belichick, Chris Palmer, Butch Davis, Terry Robisky, Romeo Crennel, Eric Mangini, Pat Schumer,
Jackson,
Rob Shazinski, Mike Pettin, Hugh Jackson, Greg Williams, Freddie Kitchens, and Stefanski.
Yeah.
Fuck Hugh Jackson.
So they made the playoffs with Stefanski. They made the playoffs with Stefanski twice. The last time they made the playoffs before that was in 2002.
Butch Davis.
The last time they made the playoffs before that was in 1994.
Well, we're talking about
they were out of the league for 4 years.
Well, we're talking about ownership.
No, what I'm saying is
what I started off saying was because of ownership. You decided to take the conversation and take it to where you wanted it to be.
So the Browns ownership is worse than the Titans.
They
have not built a winning team, they've built a 2 playoff team.
The ownership hasn't built shit.
Huh?
The ownership hasn't built a motherfucking thing.
No shit. So the ownership hires horrible general managers. They hire horrible coaches. They hire horrible fucking staff.
The ownership,
and they've had no success.
The only thing the ownership does is hire the general manager.
And the general manager has had no
success.
Ownership
ain't doing a motherfucking thing.
The general manager has had no success for 23 fucking years. The Haslams as an ownership is fucking horrible. Like, I think we're arguing over 2 horrible ownerships.
Which shit is shittier?
Right, but you asked which is the worst head coach job, and I said I could get on board with the Titans because I think the ownership is terrible.
And I said the Browns ownership is terrible too. At least Titans have had success as coaches, and the Browns have not.
But the ownership,
I acknowledge
hire the coaches.
I acknowledged your point. I said I agree that the Browns have horrible ownership as well. And then I went in a different direction, saying at least the ownership is allowing success.
All right.
Is not.
Hold on, time out. I'm gonna start. Let's start doing this real quick. So for the Browns, Jimmy Haslam is the reason for the Deshaun Watson contract. Jimmy Haslam has also put in a reputation for basically going over the heads of everybody in his organization to get what he wants, and he will literally burn down anything no matter what to get what he wants. Now, for the Titans, they released Vrabel because Vrabel knew what he was doing, and the Titans said, no, that's not what we want to do. They also make decisions based on media narratives, no matter what. And then the handling of the death of Bud Adams was just fumbled.
And let's not forget, they did make some racist ass remarks in the 2000s, Bud Adams did.
So the verdict from AI is that the Browns are the worst ownership group between the two.
Well, all I'm saying is they're both horrible ownerships, but at least the Titans have success. So if I'm a coach and I had a choice between 2 ownerships, I would pick the one that had more success, not the one that can't do shit right.
But this isn't so here's my argument now for the Titans. It's not the same ownership. The ownership before was Bud Adams. Now it's someone else because he passed away.
When did Bud Adams pass away?
When did he die? I have AI open. Hold on.
Did he pass away before or after they fired Vrabel?
I think it was after. Oh, he died in 2013. Never mind.
Okay, so yeah, they so.
Well, okay, Mike Vrabel. So 2013 is when he passed away. When did they do stuff?
They hired Ken Wisenhunt in 2014, and then Mike Mularkey. They
Yep,
fired Mike
two bad
Mularkey
hires
after he lost in the division round of the playoffs, and then they hired Mike Vrabel. So they've been through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coaches.
6 soon.
6, yeah.
So I mean, in what 2013, so in about 13 years, 6 coaches.
So since 2013, the Browns have had Chudusky, Pedden, Jackson, Williams, Kitchens, and Stefanski. So about 6.
Now, I'm on the side of the Browns are fucking the worst because Jimmy Haslam's a little baby. Jimmy Haslam wants the big names without the talent.
What do you mean who fired Lovie Smith for winning? Are you talking about when he won the game against the Texans? When he was with the Texans?
He was the Texans head coach.
Yeah, he was that Or are you talking about with Tampa or Chicago?
I think you're talking about Brian Flores with the Miami.
Yeah. How much did you guys restructure his contract for?
32 mil.
Oh. But what you had to give him a signing bonus?
Let's see. Kirk
like 6.7 or 6.4 million.
It was a signing bonus?
Not restaurant. Be nice so I know how to spell. They're shifting over 32 million into 2027.
Okay.
They reduced it. 2026 salary is reduced from 35 million to 2.1, and then in 2027 he's going to make 32.9.
Okay. Damn. Do they have an out after 2026?
2027 is the out.
But they didn't restructure it so they can get rid of him at the end of 2026?
Lowering his cap.
No cap out?
No way to get out. He's stuck.
Wow. Okay. So you're still on the hook for a lot. It's just this year.
Okay. For Cousins, it's likely for a release. It ensures he's paid well, doesn't hurt his guaranteed money, and allows to seek a fresh start for 2027. So he will be dead cap in 2027.
Wait. So I'm not 100%, but AI says they reduced it from 35 million to 2.1 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at there.
Huh?
That's what he just said.
That's literally what I said.
I thought he said 12 million. My bad. I thought he said 12.
No.
And then they increased it to 30. And then there's a vested guarantee of 69.9 million.
Yeah.
On March 13th, 2026. So that's the start of the new year, right?
The new season.
Yeah. So if they waive him after that, before that, they're not on the hook for that 67 million, right?
I believe so.
What do you think? Am I right on that, Jeremy?
Yeah, I'm not too sure how.
It's only due once you become vested. You're not vested until that date.
Oh, that's what I thought. Yeah. So they do have an out then if they waive him after 2026.
Well, not really. They don't really have an out. They saved themselves 35 million.
Yeah. Okay.
But they're still on the hook for the other 32 million in 27.
Yeah, they still owe them.
So while they have an out per se, they're not paying the 67 or whatever million. They're still gonna have to pay him the 32 and 27.
Gotcha. I feel bad for Brian Flores. I don't think he's ever gonna get a head coaching job because
he sued the NFL.
Yeah. Feel bad for him.
I don't feel bad for him. He sued the NFL and he still works for them.
Well, he's stuck in Minnesota.
I honestly don't think he was going to get another coaching head job after he lost Miami. I just think it was, especially when there was that thing that somebody said, congratulations on getting the Giants job. So I
wouldn't mind. I've been pounding the table to have an offensive head coach, but I wouldn't mind having Flores as our head coach and having Davis Webb as our offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I think Flores would be a good head coach for you guys. I just don't know what team's going to give him a chance after all that shit he talked about the Dolphins.
I mean, the Raiders have been known to say "fuck the NFL."
The Raiders and the Raiders do hire minorities like a motherfucker for every position.
My Twitter is full of Matt Ryan right now since he just came back.
How is Matt Ryan qualified to be the president?
I don't fucking know. I don't know. Let him cook and see what happens.
Well, you always just wonder. Like, you don't just, okay. I think it's a great move for Fan and keep him in the building. I think that's just such a high title.
President?
Yeah, for somebody that was like just playing not too long ago.
Yeah, but you don't know the inner workings.
That's right, 100%. You're 100%.
You have no idea what will be happening.
Is this title president, but he's actually being mentored by somebody?
Or is it title?
Is it president, but it's technically like an intern position?
Well,
like
they fired
like a paid internship position.
What'd you say?
They fired President Rich McKay for Matt Ryan.
Or is it like more like I'm the president, but I'm just basically the PR move, and assistant president does all the work?
I don't know.
Shit's stupid. Lamar had an issue with the OC, but you fired the head coach, not the OC. I knew after that press conference, he was gone. I knew after. So
the Ravens hire the OC.
So so we talk a lot about how media has a agenda, especially ESPN and all of them, and how sometimes they need to watch what the fuck they say because they have real impact on people's careers. This example of these two interviews is a perfect example I have. So for weeks, ESPN had been talking about if the Ravens or the Steelers don't make the playoffs, one of those two head coaches will get fired. They'd been talking about that for weeks. So then they come up. The question that was asked to Jim Harbaugh, we've all seen the interview, where they asked him, does he still want to coach his team? And he goes, yeah, I love my guys, this and this and this. Have you guys seen that interview?
No, I don't think I have.
The last interview, okay. Let me find it. And then during the same interview, a little bit later, they ask Lamar Jackson if he still wants Harbaugh as his head coach. And Lamar Jackson says, I can't even think about that. I'm stunned right now. I'm so stunned. I can't even think about that. I'm trying to look up the interview, but I'm trying to find something I can see. I can't even think about that. I'm stunned. Look at me. I'm stunned, right? That same question was asked by the same reporter, and that reporter was ESPN's Jameis.
Jameis Winston?
No. So a different Jameis. Because in the interview, Lamar Jackson goes, Jameis, I'm stunned. I can't even think about that. That was the only question that was asked to either one of them about next season, about having the head coach. And it just happened to come from an ESPN reporter.
Of course it did.
I don't know if I blame the OC.
Well, I mean, you could blame the offensive coordinator, but it's ultimately on the head coach.
Where do you think that was going?
Call it out.
Burgers.
It's a whole video of guy of that.
I've seen these. Yeah. That's AI, though.
I know. No, the pictures are AI. I know that.
Yeah, I've seen that. Singers. There's some of them that I'm like, I don't know. But what were you saying, Jeremy, about the OC?
I mean, you can blame the offensive coordinator for calling the wrong plays, but it's ultimately on the head coach because why didn't the head coach call it out? So what you're saying is, one, the head coach was on board with what the offensive coordinator was doing, or two, the head coach wasn't paying attention to the game and didn't realize that they weren't utilizing Derrick Henry.
Todd Monken's going to get fired anyway. As soon as the new head coach comes in. That's why they just...
No, watch Monken be the new head coach.
He won't be.
Watch him.
He won't be.
Watch him.
There's reports that Ravens Monken didn't coach him well enough, and I don't think he'll be the next coach.
Curious.
He's been an all OC in Baltimore for 3 years.
Oh, I can't paste it.
And he was an OC in Cleveland and an OC in Tampa.
He's not good.
He comes from Jack Del Rio. Huh?
Sorry, you remember a few weeks ago we were talking about Puka and his stupid anti-Semitism?
Yeah.
One of the NFL meme accounts, Rams Puka Nacua will play today even though it's Shabbat. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, so but best head coaching, I like the Giants. That would be the one I would say. I would say the Giants with all the players they have. I am worried about Jackson Dart's concussions. But if you can get that under control.
Fucking AI.
They play hard. They play good. I think that's very good. I'm going to be honest. I think the Ravens head coaching job is middle of the pack.
All right, yeah. I do need to run. It is time for me to do stuff.
Talk to you later. We're about to get off anyway.
Yeah, I will chat with you out throughout the week.
All right, later, buddy. All right, so what do you think about the Ravens head coaching position? Last thing I want to talk about.
Huh?
What do you think about the Ravens head coaching position? Do you think it's a very good one? Do you think it's an okay one?
I think if it's not the best one, it's the second best one. Just based on the players on the team and the quarterback position. You're going in with a two-time MVP in Lamar Jackson, a dual threat quarterback. And if coached properly, you're set up pretty good. And I don't think their cap space is terrible. So I think whoever steps into that position is stepping into a really good spot.
So on their free agents this year, it's Tyler Linderbaum, DeAndre Hopkins, Isaiah Likely, Kyle Van Noy, Draymond Jones, Adarius Washington, and Patrick Ricard. We actually have a whole bunch. They have 18 free agents. They might need to restructure Lamar's contract to create cap space. I don't think it's a horrible job. Like, it's not one of the worst jobs. I don't think. I mean, yeah, I could see. I can't say many other jobs I would rate over him. I just don't think the job is as good as people are claiming it out to be. I do understand you have a two-time MVP in Lamar Jackson, but I also understand that you have to run the offense the way Lamar needs the offense ran. You have to have that offensive coordinator that is okay with having the dual threat quarterback. That's fine, but knows how to use them.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Do offensive coordinators have to adjust their strategy to their quarterback strengths and weaknesses?
Yes.
Then what's the issue?
Can I finish? So
I know where you're going here, and you're basing it off of Lamar Jackson being a runner.
No, I'm not. I'm not at all. I'm basing it off of John Harbaugh's staff was one of the first staffs that we saw that literally used a dual threat quarterback the way that they were supposed to be used. Dual threat. You bring up dual threat. I'm not saying that he can't be a quarterback. I'm saying that you have to have an offensive coordinator that can use a dual threat quarterback like Lamar Jackson. It's not like he can run and he will run like when he wants to be. No, if you actually don't use his running ability, it's a detriment to your team. So we've seen multiple throughout the history of the NFL. There have been multiple offensive coordinators that have had problems with that, utilizing dual threat quarterbacks. It's not something that is unknown. So I'm just saying, as a head coach, you have to make sure that if you're a defensive head coach or if you're an offensive head coach, you can devise a scheme that can run around, that can go around quarterbacks, that this dual threat quarterback. There's a lot of quarterbacks as of right now that could be more talented, that their coaches or offensive coordinator could not have a scheme around them. And then we get a good offensive coordinator, and all of a sudden they become extremely good. So I'm just saying, in that scenario, you have to go in knowing that you're going to have a different type of offense based off of his abilities. Not saying it's bad or good. Outside of that, I think having Derrick Henry and your defense is not as good as what your defense was before, which is something they were talking about all season. Their defense is not the defense of the past Ravens. And on your weapon side, yes, you have Derrick Henry. Yes, you have Lamar Jackson. Why am I drawing a blank on their tight end?
Isaiah Likely.
No, the other tight end. Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews is getting a little long in the tooth. Isaiah Likely is a free agent, which they'll probably bring back. But outside of that, and Zay Flowers, they have some good things. I just think in that scenario, it's going to be a lot more work than some of these other jobs, because you may have to renegotiate his contract, which dealing with him as an agent was not the easiest thing to get the contract done. You're going to have to make sure that if you're a defensive-minded coach, that you hire the right offensive coordinator that can use his unique strengths, and a lot of offensive coordinators cannot do that. And then you're going to have to revamp that defense. And you're in a very, very tough division.
You know, you're starting to remind me of one of these fucking old-ass white people that work for the government that are stuck in this, well, you know, back in the day, we used to do it this way. And fuck the young people, because we're fine with somebody who was born in 1966 being able to adjust the way he calls his game. But now,
I have a question. Now, when
the head coach gets fired and that vacancy comes open, now we have to worry about whether or not.
I have a question.
Maybe somebody who was born after the 60s.
What are you talking about? I didn't say any of that shit.
To the quarterback.
I didn't say any of that. I have a question. Trevor Lawrence. Is Trevor Lawrence playing extremely well this year? He's playing out of his fucking mind. And a lot of us credit that to his coaching and offensive coordinator. So if you can't have a fucking offensive coordinator that can get Trevor Lawrence's talents and make him good as he should be, and we've seen this throughout the NFL, how the fuck is me saying that you have to make sure you have a right offensive coordinator for the unique talents that he has? How is that saying I'm an old fucking white man? Because I'm literally saying he has more.
Number one, don't switch up my words.
You did. You said I sound like an old fucking white man sitting on the board.
So what was the second word you just fucking said?
Utilize the
Don't
talent.
switch up my motherfucking words. I said you sound like
You sound like an old white man.
I said you sound.
Okay, so how do I sound like an old?
Did I say you are?
I'm sorry.
Or did I say you sound?
I'm sorry. How do I sound like an old white man?
Don't forget who I am. I know what I said, and
we're getting off. Hey, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Jeremy, go ahead and let us know.